Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the BSPL Podcast. Today I'm joined by chemcoop
No.
and Ika.
Yo, what's up?
It's Ika, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever works. I don't care too much.
Because I've been reading it on the forums like forever, and I'm like, yeah, it's Ika. Ika Musume. I have no idea how to say it.
Wait,
Hey,
we need.
Don't ask me.
So today we're just going to talk about week 2, I guess, and just throw out our predicts for week 3. But week 2 was an interesting one.
Yo.
That's all you have to say.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think. I was kind of sad watching the Farseers implosion after they won the first 2 games. I thought they were gonna lose in week 4, but they managed to squeak one out to tie it. That was kind of.
Oh yeah, our comeback.
Yeah, you guys were down 2-0, and then you were winning 3-2. And then
Yeah,
I was like,
basically, what happened was, like, our first 2 games, like, I was away for like the first 4 or 5 days of the week, and normally, like, although this is not really an excuse, normally I really heavily check over our teams before we go we actually play the games. And like, for example, like the Puff versus Jamal, like, I feel like Puff played really well in his series. Like, he won a game even though his matchup was shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like we didn't have, like, the reason we lost our games, the 3 games we lost, pretty much it was because of bad team choice. That we didn't bring like solid teams in. Like, our OS double team just wasn't a good team, and the rest like weren't good in like the specific matchup. Like, we knew what Jamal was gonna bring, but we obviously just didn't like capitalize it or force him to go out of his comfort zone, which, you know, obviously cost us in terms of a draw. But yeah, our doubles, well, you know, half our team, like, we really started bringing it back like later in the weeks, which was good.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over the results for the week. Let's see if we can read that. That looks pretty good. So, I don't remember the order of the games, but you guys can see the results here. We've got Salome over the Squash, Jamal beat
we
Puff.
lost.
You go.
We lost the first. It pretty much went in. The Ultra Sun Ultra Moon BSS games were the first 2 that we played on the Thursday, and then we won 3 games on the Saturday, which were obviously the 3 games we won, and then the last game was on Sunday, which we lost. They were all like pretty close. I think Salome versus the Squash was pretty close. BK versus Kauri actually kind of crushed him. But Zaya versus Mr. GX was close as well. So, Aline, it was very competitive, I think. And obviously the Farseers were last in their, you know, the power rankings and that sort of thing, for what that's worth. But I always thought their team was pretty solid, so we did take them seriously.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got like, we talked about this in episode 1, but every team does have 6 good players, so every team can put together a strong starting lineup.
Yeah.
And when we said they were like last in the power rankings, that didn't mean they were shit. They were just 6th best, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, all these teams are pretty close, and like, if you look at, we haven't had, in the first 2 weeks, we haven't had a single game go 5-1. Everything's either been ties or 4-2.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and a lot of those games were even kind of toss-ups that like either were decided by hacks or just 1 or 2 really key plays that end up kind of determining the whole week. So it's definitely been a really close BSPL, and I feel like come playoff time, it's going to really be important about differential and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were really gunning for that differential this week.
Yeah, if any one team can get like a 5-1 win, that's going to be huge in the playoff race.
Yeah. Especially because it's top 3 make playoffs, right? And second and third play each other, and the winner plays the first team.
Right.
So, yeah, if you can like squeeze out that first seed because of differential, that'd just be massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like if you're confident in your team's ability. Obviously, getting first seed is optimal in terms of you only have to play one less series to win the championship, but you do have to wait for that week. So it's like a trade-off as well.
Yeah.
Because you're not as hot in terms of you guys are probably not as practicing as hard or in that like mindset, and your chat is not as active because you don't want to, you don't have any pressure on you essentially. So I think a lot of the teams that got the buys in past BSPLs didn't actually end up winning. So it's something to be careful of.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's true.
I think last year the Flare Blitzers went like, I think they went 1-4 and lost 1 in the regular season, so they were like way ahead. And obviously the helmets kind of started getting hot towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I feel like that's happened in previous years too. So maybe it's better to not be the first seed.
So we might see some teams throw in week 5. Try and get that second seed.
Hey, I can tell you for one that we will have, we'll probably have no Pink Sylvie and no Kaori versus the drummers. So, God only knows what our lineup will look like. If we're in playoffs, there may well be some like Boba Chan in doubles, something stupid like that.
NOVED says in the chat it's def better to be 1 seed in his opinion, and I think I agree. Like, I don't know if so we've had top 3 finals 2 BSPLs now, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
And both times the first seed did not win.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, just because if you're looking at only 6 games making up a week, and especially if you're saying like all the teams are like relatively close, all it takes is 1 or 2 unlucky games, and then suddenly you're like screwed out of your playoffs, and then that's it. Whereas if you get the 1 seed and you're automatically in finals, you only have 1 chance where that could happen to you instead of 2 possible weeks for that to happen. So I do think 1 week or getting the first seed is definitely the best. But
I think I would prefer the week off.
So, to answer NOVED, who's in the chat saying that that being stable is like stale is like not really like a big factor. I think it's less about actually not playing the games, because a lot of you can always just play on Showdown or whatever, but it's the dead time in the chat. Since you're not like invested in that particular week, you just take a week off. I think a lot of the importance of team tournaments as opposed to individual tournaments is that you have that communication with your team. You work together, like maybe like on like each individual matchup, maybe there's like 3 or 4 of us working and preparing for just that one match. So if you're not like really like there in terms of bonding, because you've taken that week off and the chat's gone dead and all of that, it takes a bit of time to build that up, I think.
Well, I guess it just comes down to team chemistry and how you build that up during the whole season. I mean, you've got over a month. I know it takes a little bit longer than that, but I mean, if your team dies off because you have 1 week off and it's before the biggest week of the season, I think that's probably a problem with your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I think, especially in previous years, a lot of the teams that finished first in the season, and this is probably not going to be the case this year, was because their teams were a lot better on paper than other teams, rather than necessarily their team chemistry being there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the Flare Blitzers last year, if you just looked at it purely on paper, we're probably the strongest team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That was probably the best team, like, in BSPL ever.
Well, in saying all this, one thing I just remembered is that in that semi-finals week, we will be running All-Star Week with the first seed, the 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds. So that first seed team, I mean, they'd probably have a few All-Stars voted in, considering they'd be the best. And then I'm sure their team would be helping them out build hilarious teams for All-Star Week. So that should help with the team chemistry and the momentum going into the finals.
That sounds really cool. And my question is obviously I don't play in BSPL, but am I eligible to join All-Star Week if we get first, 4th, 5th, or 6th?
Well, I mean, you can put your name forward, but I think we're going to put it down to a vote. Like the fans, everyone involved is going to be able to vote from eligible players. So I'll just put a list of everybody involved. I'll just include managers. I think you're the only non-playing manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way I thought it would work is, and this is a whole tangent now we've gone off on, but I need to explain this. My way of planning to run it is similar to how the NBA runs it, in that we'll just vote for like a whole bunch of players, and then the 2 top vote getters will become the 2 team captains, and then they're going to choose their team from the pool of other top vote getters. Does that make sense? So we'll have 12 people. We'll have 12 people. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I think we'll have 12 people voted in. The 2 top people will be captains, and they'll choose their team of 6. So they'll have to choose 5 players.
Yeah, we should definitely do there's some good suggestions in chat. We should do factory and shit like that.
Oh, we've don't
BSSL. Yeah.
Lego. I don't want to spoil too much, but Lego has been programming a whole bunch of formats onto his side server. Let me bring up the list. I don't want to spoil too much, but here's all the information.
Dugong Cup.
Dugong Cup. Well, I mean, we're definitely open to suggestions, and I'll probably post a thread about all this maybe next week or the week after. But so far, Lego's been playing around. The formats he has are BSS Free Battle, aka BSS Ubers. Excuse me. BSS Monotype, which is easy. BSS Little Cup, which I expect Charlotte will want to play, considering he won that out of everybody in the whole entire world when that was a thing. BSS Factory, but it's not the showdown version of Factory. It's a modified version that Lego's been working on, where it uses the usage stats to generate teams. So you don't just get like a complete jank team against someone with the top 6 best Pokemon. Everyone gets like a fair team. We've been testing it, and it is sick. We've got Gen 6 triples,
Valley.
Gen 4 Pokemon Battle Revolution as well. So that's Spring 6, Pick 3, no species clause, no item clause or anything. Gen 4. So that'll be really interesting to see if people can build teams for that. But we have to decide, like, if we include that, Lego and I were talking about it, because we had to talk to Theorymon. He's the Pokemon Battle Revolution expert. Theorymon was saying back then there was no like bans either. So if you went online, you could just run into a team of 6 Arceus? I don't know how to say it. So we might have to come up with some bans for that, unless we just want to see that sort of thing, or like 6 Darkrai.
You could use the standard
the ban list.
Kind of the standard ban list for Gen 7.
Well, I was talking to
mythicals and a couple legendaries.
Well, I was talking to Theorymon, and he said that when they played PBR in like grassroots tournaments, they used like the battle spot ban list, and he was saying that's probably where, like, once Nintendo started enforcing it on their games, that's probably where it came from. He said that like the grassroots level invented it in Japan. So we can come up with some rules, and Theoremon can be like the tier leader of that for a week. But yeah, so I think All-Star Week will really help fill that void for the teams that have a break in the semi-final round.
Yeah. Well, I can't stay forever, so I would appreciate it if we got back.
Yeah, let's
back on track.
All right.
on topic.
That's fine. Let's.
So we're on Lux Rays versus Cavaliers.
We are.
right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
This was
a mish of a round.
You did well.
Mish.
You probably should have gone 5-1, but the Marilli game.
Yeah, that one was really unfortunate. We'll definitely watch that because that one was hilarious. But
I don't know whether. I don't know whether the mission of the week was that game or it was Dark versus NOVED.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely watch both of those.
That was just one play though. I mean, the Marilli CK game was like every single turn if something bad could happen, it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that one NOVED play was like, you know, like everyone was like cheering for like some like it was basically like you're watching like Messi like dribble like past 3 defenders and then he like boots the ball into the crowd or something.
Yeah, the series was really interesting. Like, it's easy to say, oh, it could have gone 5-1 if CK beat Marilli. And like, I don't want to say too much about Ankle One's prep, but we did have a team prep for Plaz, and then Ankle wasn't confident in it, so he didn't bring it. But then when we saw Plaz's team, we were like, fuck, it would have been a pure counter team. Yeah. So in that situation, we could have gone 6-0. But on the other hand, I mean, Edu is probably one of the best doubles players, and the Lone Ranger is really good, but, you know, let's consider that an upset.
Yeah. That was
plus, you got a little bit lucky. And I mean, Megazard
there was
again.
Some fortune in our favor.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lone Ranger and average Valley game, so like those easily could have been losses.
Exactly, yeah. So while it's easy to say we could have gone 6-0, we could have gone 4-2 loss or 3-3 tie.
Yeah.
Let's quickly talk about the drummers and helmets, and then we can watch those replays.
I do think it is really cool that we can look at every week and be like, oh yeah, this season could have gone without one or two small things happening. But like just the fact that I guess these games are even close enough, like the players are close enough in skill on each of these teams that like one little bit of luck does determine it is pretty cool because you know a good player versus a bad player, and the bad player gets one turn of luck but then doesn't capitalize on it, doesn't usually make a difference. But you know, if both players are solid and one person gets a little bit lucky, then you know that can usually end a game. But
right.
Yeah, so this is definitely a fun BSPL to be watching the result. All right, moving on.
So we had Lloyd versus EI. EI won that one. Did we predict EI to win that? I think we predicted Lloyd.
I think only if I go down to the predictions, One Trick Pony actually predicted EI to win, but yeah, I think most people predicted Lloyd was probably the favorite in that matchup. I mean, I think as I said, maybe just before the call started, like the Japanese guys, like are solid players. It's just like if NOVED can make sure that he's not predictable. Like the reason we beat EI so easily last week when they were playing us is because we knew exactly what team he was going to bring.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, they play, you know, like I'm surprised, like the helmet's like singles core is like pretty weak, so like this, well, comparative to the field, I guess. So like this is like one of the weeks that you know, it's like one of the few weeks that they were likely to go 2-0 or had like a decent shot of doing it, and they managed to do it, so that's, you know, that's good for them. I think that like was what really like put them ahead in the series. Like if it had gone the other way, then obviously the drummers would have won.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to say that I think Mishimono is the reason that the helmets are continuing to do well.
Mishimono got hella lucky week 1.
Is Mishimono's the only 2-0 player on their team? Is that right?
Yeah. Mish won last week.
Mish is carrying.
It was Mish of the week.
Oh, Mish.
NOVED's defending his team. He says the drummer's Ultra Sun Ultra Moon singles is kind of weak too.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, I'd say like,
I honestly,
Ultra Sun Ultra Moons are like probably the 2 weakest overall. Though we don't have Puff this week, so maybe our Ultra Sun Ultra Moon is one of the weakest too this week.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scroll through and find these replays.
Which
watch
replays
them. Well, I'll just scroll through and see which one comes up first.
Game of the week and Mish of the week.
Which one was game of the week?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, we know what Mish of the week was, so yeah, it's just a matter of finding out.
Well, I'll open up the first Marilli one.
Watch the Mish of the week while we decide on two.
Mish of the week is probably Marilli, CK, or NOVED. NOVED.
Oh, I forgot the CK had brought a Raichu and or even this Braviary.
Yeah.
Well,
that is I can respect that.
Braviary is a thing in doubles. Every time a regional VGC format comes out,
Raichu is actually
is
pretty good as well.
Yeah, well, Raichu is one of those Pokemon that benefits from being Battle Spot doubles instead of VGC because you can use Gen 6 Raichu.
Did learn Fake Out, right? Yeah.
No, it learns Fake Out naturally. I think its transfer move is like Endeavor or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
JML saying that the game of the week could be NOVED versus Darkinium.
You know what? I look at Marilli's team, and to be honest, I just want to nick it to use in BSS.
It looks like a BSS team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Get rid of some of the spread moves and some of the protects, and yeah, that's a pretty solid BSS team.
Well, I'm gonna put it on slow, and I'll press play. So we're all looking at our own computers, you guys, watching this right now. So it's a bit hard for us to sync up and watch the replay at the same time. Hopefully, we'll have a better solution in future podcasts. But for now, I'm just gonna press
2, 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So 3, 2, 1, play. No pausing. Also, mine's on slow. I don't know if I did say that right.
Oh shit, mine's on fast.
Oh, come on, Ika.
Nah.
These mods are coming out so slow. What the heck?
It is slow, isn't it? Maybe I'll just go back to normal. I just want enough time to comment.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see the helping hand. The U-turn comes out onto the Krez.
A stone miss.
Stone
yeah.
Edge, miss,
hey, no spoilers. We're not up to that yet. Yeah, stone misses. And gets killed in return. So that's the first mish. Really says, got to be shitting me.
How do I win?
How do I win?
Wait, Marilli actually won this.
Yeah.
Like after the first 2 turns.
Hey, well, don't spoil this for everybody.
Miss.
Well, he was the person who wrote the thread.
So obviously, so we'll just watch it. We'll pretend we don't know anything. So so far, CK's got the benefit of the luck with the Stone Edge miss, and I mean Heatwave onto Finny, but that was going to bounce off anyway.
I mean, it's still.
Oh, it's only a crit on Finny. It's not too bad.
Oh, true.
You're ahead of us, Ika.
Nice protect by the card.
Yeah, solid.
Another CM. This Finny is not going to die anytime.
No.
That's nice.
Lando switches into an Icy Wind, so that's kind of hard to predict. Like if you see, I mean, Trick Room, Icy Wind on the same set's not bad, but using Icy Wind when in Trick Room is it's hard to predict.
There's the crit.
Yeah. So Finny takes
look at
30%.
Oh, just watch turn 8.
No, we're only on six. We're
only on turn 6.
What are you? I thought you said go to normal, man.
No.
Okay, wait a sec. I'll go back to 7.
All right. Nice protects.
Yeah, I know. I know. Icy Wind Trick Room is a staple on Krez. I'm just saying using Icy Wind in Trick Room was the unpredictable play. Is that Salerm? 10 to Quattro.
a doubles expert.
Doubles expert. Well, I mean, he's not. He did lose to me last BSPL in doubles. So I'm arguably the doubles expert, Salerm.
Turn 8 is the best turn.
Oh yeah, the
burn into Wiki Berry.
Oh god.
Yeah, everything lives on 1 HP, and it's just like.
Oh yeah, and then he gets flinched, doesn't he? All he had to do was not get flinched and land a muddy water. Lame.
Oh.
So who got more lucky this game?
It's hard to quantify, to be honest.
Yeah, someone said after it that we should do the math in the podcast, but we're gonna have to review this whole replay. That's gonna take us 20 minutes. We need Charlotte, the maths major, to figure it out for us.
This was a BG. I don't really like the fact that, well, I don't like the fact that Marilli revealed the Fire MZ when Earth Power would have just done the trick, but
yeah, at the end.
Well, that was game 1. That was a game 1.
That was game 1. Very interesting. Let's bring up game 2. Oh, there's some sides. Yeah, on slow. So 3, 2, 1, go. So Lando Krez from Marilli opposing Lando Charizard. So not much happening so far. Oh, another Stone. Yeah, well, it looked like Stone Edge missed in the animation, but I think it's because it was going to
really
have the
advantage.
Yeah, Stone Edge looks kind of fun for getting the other slots.
Oh, the Stone Edge crit, I guess. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, because I mean it was banned, but
I remember this. I don't want to spoil too much, but Muddy Water is a shit move. It's just as bad as Stone Edge.
Muddy Water misses way too much for how accurate it is.
Well, it's already missed on Charizard once, so I'm just going to count that for everybody. It misses again.
Muddy Water has its ups and downs. Because it can also get accuracy drop, which is also just as terrible.
This is amazing. All the Stone Edge misses. All the Muddy Water misses.
Oh, this Braviary just gets roasted. TK's down to 2 against 4. Head's got Tailwind up. He Solar Beams the Heatran, possibly expecting a, oh my god, a double miss! Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? That's so lame.
I think we can all agree that this game, CK got the worst luck.
Yeah,
that game especially. I mean, game 1 was pretty even both ways, but that one was super lame.
Unfortunate doesn't even begin to describe
it. Rest in pieces, Slavos.
Yeah. Rip Slavos spot.
All right. Well, that was one thing. That was the first mish of the week, which was a good mish. Here it is. So Darkinium NOVED. Are you guys ready to watch that?
Oh yeah, I'm always up for a good GPU game. And the good thing about GPU is it only takes like 5 minutes to watch because it lasts like 10 turns at most.
Well, we can just watch it on normal then.
Yeah.
It's the matchup basically NOVED wins, but in terms of matchup, but Dark has a Bomber Snow.
Yeah. The what do you want to call it? It's kind of like whenever I bring a Bomber Snow, it's because I want to check Thunderous.
It's good versus Rain and Sand. It's like anti-weather.
It's the dark horse weather pick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna press play in 3, 2, 1, go.
We're on more, right?
So NOVED leads Conk
So-
into Suicune, kind of a crappy matchup. He gets the heck out of there
Mandatory big sprites.
to a Scald Burn.
Big sprites, you can't beat them. Yeah, U-turn kind of scouts for the chomp.
U-turn's cool, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
much.
I used it versus a NOVED or whatever.
Just because
I think-
like ground types in this are so much better than other gens because the paralysis immunity is so much more valuable here. than-
If NOVED was Guts here, Dark just lost.
Oh my god, that Suicune would have gotten destroyed.
Yeah, I know. So what was it? Just Iron Fist?
It's Iron Fist, but you can run like Guts plus Citrus specifically to like
Right.
deal with Sweep.
I've done that. Yeah.
But was it Assault Vest Conk?
Yeah,
Question.
assault. It could be Assault Vest Conk in Gen 5.
That seems like that comes up every time like GBG is this. What about AV?
Yeah. Someone was like, I forget who said it. It might have even been me, but like someone was
I'm
talking
pretty
about
sure
AV
I've said-
Mamo being a good set.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always said stuff like that.
GBU Assault Vest was just the type resist berry. That's how you live a hit. Grass
Yeah, and
oh,
Chomp
Tyrant
just
gets
wins
blown
here.
back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. So we'll just go on to game 2. I'll
Too many Scald, so much access.
yeah. Alright, I'll play it in 3, 2, 1, go. Thunderous leads into Suicune, so a lot better for NOVED. He doesn't have to switch into a Scald
Honestly,
anymore.
doesn't. Oh my gosh. This is
NOVED makes some Lord plays.
Savage.
Didn't have to do that.
Oh, he reveals Scarf there.
He reveals that
Yeah,
he's not because I feel like game 1 NOVED was bluffing the a choice item.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
What? Choice specs
Oh.
U-turn?
You can be Scarf.
But he would have, he got outsped by the Abomasnow though, so the
Yeah.
bluff would have ended there
Yeah.
for Scarf.
Oh,
And yeah,
yeah,
Darkinium
that's-
just straight up forfeits. He's like, yeah, alright, Thunderous just 3-0s me in the lead. Good job.
I mean, I feel like that's a good play. I mean, because you don't necessarily want to give him the damage calc on this week with the 2 gold.
hmm
Uh,
But we
you're not
see,
gonna win anyways.
Yeah, you might even just like Volt Switch or something that might not kill Suicune, but you can find out the EV spread.
Yeah. Okay.
I like
game
how
3.
Electric Gem Thunderbolt does 50+% to Abomasnow.
Oh,
mean,
it did crit. It did crit.
Oh, did it?
would have probably nearly.
Yeah.
It probably nearly killed, but not. I
would say
don't know.
it definitely mattered, but
The crit might have mattered. Thunderous T does have like a shit ton of special attack though.
that's true.
I did not see the crit until you guys pointed it out just now.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I'm calcing that shit.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
no way.
game 2, NOVED played sick though. The HBIS was a ballsy play
Electric Gem T-Bolt.
because he could have just gone for U-turn. NOVED could have.
Oh yeah, Electric Gem does 45 to 53, so he could have just gotten a max roll non-crit to kill as well. So that's interesting. The crit just confirmed the kill. Oh, I wonder if maybe it was it could have been Modest Thunderous. In which case, yeah, it's looking like a favorable KO. It's pretty interesting.
You don't need to run max speed on fun because you're not like really outspeeding anything significant. Like you don't outspeed like Chomp, so you can just go a bit lower in terms of your speed stat, like go just above Brillium or something like that.
There aren't really any base 100s in Gen 5 that are
No.
noteworthy.
Yeah, and yeah, the only one that's like really good is Volk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to game 2, and I'll press play. And wait, no, game 3. My bad.
Game 3.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
So,
T-Tar leads into a bomber. Pretty good for NOVED.
Yeah, I guess see.
Oh, that did nothing.
Yeah, we see bold max defense Suicune come out.
Well, it's probably relaxed considering it's Gen 5 and shiny.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
For that extreme speed. But Draco just blows it back.
Gladio's so good.
Yeah.
Tyranitar, this is what I love. All right, let's just watch this.
Tyranitar is so stupid.
It eats the bug buzz. That's +1. Land Stone Edge.
+1 stab is super effective.
But this man has Scarlet Bomber
like,
Snow.
nah.
Cast that berry. Oh, and it misses. That's so sad.
Yeah, that was definitely the choke though, not switching out the T-Tar.
He could have switched out into
Then you at
and
least
set the sand.
Yeah,
You at
so
least
that
have
Blizzard
to miss.
could have the chance to miss. Yeah. Oh man, sad.
Well, that's like something you have to think of in the moment.
For Tyranitar to take on +1 Volk and a Bomber Snow and clutch it, that just would have been the sickest set.
I think the scarf was already known at that point.
Yeah, it was. It revealed it in
It
game
was.
2.
That's it. Yeah, because he outsped the Thunderous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really unfortunate. But, I mean, like, well played by Darkinium and 2 good teams from both of them. But, I mean, NOVED's been talking about GBU a lot, and he bought himself to specifically to play GBU. And you can tell, like, these guys are cooking up teams in their Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like Nova's team. I like the fact that he's decided to bring Thunderous T instead of Thunderous High. I'm always a fan of Fun T.
Yeah, well, especially with Volt Absorb, it's super good in this generation.
Yeah, I think it's like super underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's kind of overshadowed by its counterpart.
Alright.
Let's.
So
was
that
there
was
anything else we
good.
wanted to watch, or should we just talk about
Resolve
week
Mission
3?
I'm trying to think if there's any like decent sets.
Average fella beat Megazard. That could be worth watching in GBU
Yeah, it
as
was
well.
Let's look at the matchup. Oh, Megazord actually
I gotta
bringing
get
his.
so if you guys
Toxic
want
team.
to talk about predictions, now would probably be the time.
Oh, because you gotta
Okay.
go. Alright.
We can speed up to predictions for week 3. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. How long have you got, chemcoop?
I should probably get out here in like 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, we can all talk about the drummers, Farseers. We'll let Ika talk about the helmets, calves, and then chemcoop and I can talk about Inkay's Lux Rays. So we'll just start off with the drummers, I guess, versus the Farseers. What's gonna happen there?
First thought is like, where's Solarm in this lineup?
Oh, true.
He definitely would have been better than at least one of these players. I mean,
Yeah.
if he could play a number of different slots, he definitely would have been better to be.
I'd probably put him in an Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, BSS. I'm like, I thought like their best lineup would pretty much be him and Zaya in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, BSS, and then Jamal in Oras. And then yeah, they pretty much have the rest of their slots are pretty optimal, I think.
Yeah.
But in terms of
Salem's-
like,
oh, sorry, you go.
I think Salerm wants to like make sure that all his guys can play. He's like that sort of person that he wants to like make sure that his team is, you know, having fun, and part of that is making sure that everyone has some stage time, even though obviously it may be optimal for Salermo to play every single week.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm really conflicted on this because at the end of the day, we are just a bunch of guys playing Pokemon for fun. So, all right, let's just have fun and not take it too seriously. But on the other hand, you're the manager of this team, and you're I mean, arguably throwing by benching yourself just so guys can join. Do you know what I mean? Like why bench yourself just for the? Yeah. So I'm on the fence with this. Like, all right, cool, just do whatever you want. It's fine. But like, do you want to win? And if you don't want to win, then
bench BK.
We've played every single player on our team as of this week. I mean, some of it is not by choice, but some of it I have just gone, okay, because I believe in my players, that that they can put the results in. And at the end of the day, Salome's team, like, none of his players are like bad. You know what I mean? Like even like Broken Phobius is like he is worse than Salome, but he's probably not that much worse, and maybe there's like certain matchups that he can do better in. Like I thought like week 2, like that the squash was like a better choice than One Trick Pony, although like overall perhaps One Trick Pony's has more potential, but there's like different qualities that players can bring to matches as well, which is a factor. I don't know.
One like all right, because I know Salome's here, and even if he wasn't here, I don't want to talk shit too much, but I just don't understand the balance of the lineup. Like it's very clear that the Farseers don't have the deepest doubles lineup. So why move one of your doubles players into singles and bench your arguably best singles player? And you have other singles players on the bench. Like, why isn't Zaya playing doubles? What's Havens doing in the doubles slot? I don't get that. Against Charlotte, are you just conceding that slot and trying to win 5-1 or 4-2? I don't get it.
I think Zaya should be playing singles every single week.
Well, he can play both. On another team with doubles players, he can play singles. I 100% agree. But on this team with no doubles players, and he's doubles player, he should be playing doubles.
Yeah, he's definitely a solid doubles player. But
like, he's tons better than Havens. And then if you put him into doubles, then you put Salome, or who else is on the singles lineup? One Trick Phony, or is he on your team, Ika?
No, he's on our team. I don't think Zaya is actually tons better than Havens in doubles, in singles for sure. But I just think that like Zaya is probably like one of like the top 5 singles players, and there's like no reason why they can't just like put him, Salome, Jamal, and perhaps like BK in singles and just win those floor slots, and maybe win like one of their double slots, and they'll win most weeks provided that they're playing well. I don't see like a problem with them like sacking their Ultra Sun BSD, although I'm sure they don't see it that way.
Yeah,
because
I think yeah.
At the end of the day, it's whoever they put in that slot is likely to lose.
Yeah.
Whereas Zaya is likely to beat Macav.
Yeah, but Salome could beat Macav.
Hey, maybe Salome should be in doubles.
Maybe he should. I mean, but I'm looking at the chat now, and the guys are saying that the guys on Salome's team Zaya asked to play singles, and Havens is putting in a lot of work to play doubles, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But like, if the chat's saying, sorry, Ika.
Havens won last week, so
Did he play doubles?
Yeah, he played doubles. I don't think he played like exceptionally. I think he made quite a few mistakes, but obviously enough to get the W. So he's obviously he's played double. He plays a bit of doubles OU.
He beat Legacy in doubles. Who the hell's Legacy?
He's one of our guys. I think I don't know. I feel like Legacy's team wasn't the team that he brought. I spent about 2 hours building a BSD team. Like this was about 4 or 5 hours before the match because I looked at his team and I wasn't really confident in it. But I just said to him,
I've got it on screen right now.
Give me. I just said to him like, you can either change your team or you can stick. I don't mind what you do, whatever you're most comfortable with. And he chose to stick with what he's got, which kind of like struggles with Scarflanders and stuff like that, which Havens has. Machamp, this team that Legacy brought is like it's similar to the 2015, I think, Worlds. The guy who won Worlds in 2015 for VGC is similar to his team, and he used like a white guard Machamp.
NOVED just says, "Is this pumped, Aaron?"
but it isn't actually that team because Legacy couldn't find the poker pace, so he made up the EVs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we want to get through?
Yeah, we got to get through this because Kevin's got to leave.
Kevin's got to go.
So we're predicting. All right, so Zaya over Mycav. I think Lloyd over BP. Charlotte over Havens. What's that?
I think Sonata versus Jamal is close.
I think Jamal
is favored.
I think Mamorik wins. And Darkinium wins. So I think that's a 4-2 win for the drummers.
So it's a 4-2. Yeah.
Wait, is that 3? Isn't that 3-3? Because Lloyd, Charlotte, and oh no, yeah, it's 4-2. Yeah, Mamorik and Darkinium. I could see that Umbreon guy winning. He actually played really well in his week 1.
Yeah, could go 3-3.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards 4-2.
I think Sayonara, Jamal, Mamorik, Umbreon are probably like my toss-up games. I would block the other 4.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
lean towards Jamal winning.
Let's talk about the Inkay's Luxrays while Kem's here, and then he can leave, and then Ika can talk about the other matchup.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, chemcoop, how are you feeling about this one? We got One Trick Phony versus Marilli in singles. Marilli's moved from doubles. Where did he win 2-0? So, has he gone 2-0 so far?
Yeah, he's won both games, I think. Wow. Yeah. We saw Mission of the Week.
That's right, yeah.
I would say this is definitely interesting. I mean, we've already seen, I guess, like both these are kind of lineups. Obviously for the Luxuries, with Grail having to sit out this week just because of stuff that's going on IRL for him. Yeah, it definitely affects the team because he has a lot of really good players, but they don't have the deepest team. So he is like, you do have to start reaching it if he's not going to be able to play. And then, of course, for the Inkays with Puff having to sub out at the last minute, having to put Bojan in definitely hurts their lineup.
I think it's like equal like badness, unfortunateness, I guess.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see kind of how some of the bench players perform for both these teams. I think has One Trick Pony beaten Marilli in singles? I think that happened in at least one single set, and I think Marilli's also won. Or I don't remember exactly, but
I don't think they've played in tournament. I mean, these guys are definitely. I know they've definitely played a lot of. I feel like they've played a lot of friendlies for sure. But I know. Well, it's not. I shouldn't be saying anything. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. I mean, there's a lot of hype matchups in this. I mean, you got Sam versus Megazord. That's pretty cool. Pink Sully versus Edu is also pretty hype. Of course, anytime Bobo Chan gets to play, that's always hype.
Yeah.
And I also think
I had to put my boy Bobo in.
Yeah. I think One Trick Pony Marilli is also gonna be a really good game. I would say this is actually like a relatively match to call.
Yeah. I think well, if we go through the matchups, like One Trick Phony versus Marilli, I think you have to give Marilli the edge. Marilli plays that much. He practices so much more than well, not anyone else, but majority of people on cartridge ladder. So
Yeah.
I think that experience playing against like the janky ladder sets will really help against like any weird stuff that One Trick Phony will bring.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to give the edge to Marilli there, but I could see that one going.
Either way, yeah. I honestly have to give Bobo the advantage in this game.
Bobo always brings some weird stuff, and it's just like, I don't understand what your team is, but it somehow ends up working.
Yeah,
at least sound like decently for him, like most of the time. Or he just pulls out his insane luck and just like lucks people.
Right.
So yeah, actually, I think my gut's telling me Bobo is gonna pull this one out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Memes.
We haven't seen any of Sunrose. I don't know if Sunrose is like a known doubles player or like whatever, but I think from my scouting for the draft, they had like decent ladder scores, so I think they're probably pretty good.
I think this one is gonna be like, I think it's really gonna come down to GX, because like last week against Zaya, he brought like a pretty non-GX style team, and it worked out for him.
Yeah.
But GX has like a very known style, and so if he kind of defaults to running something like that, I feel like he's going to struggle. Because
I agree.
It's pretty easy to counter team him because he does like to use like very certain.
Exactly.
So I think if he keeps bringing something he's less comfortable with, I would probably give him the advantage just because I know a little bit more about him. But this one could go either way, I think.
Mizaka versus Moose. I mean, Mizaka's 2-0. I kind of have to give it to them.
Mizaka for 3-0. I'm calling it right now.
I think it's gonna happen. I mean, I just know from like having known Moose and Goose for a while, he wasn't really. I think he sort of came at the end of Gen 6, so just missed a whole bunch of it. Doesn't really have any experience to speak of. Like, he's a good player, but he's not an ORAS player. If he was going to play singles, I would have thought Gen 7. But the Luxrays have sick Gen 7 players, so there's no reason to use him over them. Just slot him into the ORAS slot. But, like, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but I had to play him last week, and I just sort of knew exactly what to expect, and I think it kind of showed in the matches we played.
I mean, to be fair, Grail wasn't around as much to help prep for stuff, and if that's the case again this week, it's going to be hard, but if he is still able to help out teams, I think that could change the outcome of this game.
Yeah. And yeah, that's sort of what I had to do with my matchup against him. I sort of was like, I kind of have some not inside info, but I sort of knew what to. It was lucky for us. Pink Sylvie, Edu. I mean, Edu's going to have the advantage against anyone he plays because he's arguably the best doubles player in the league this season.
Yeah. I'd have to go with Edu too.
Yeah, not much to say about that one. Kaori Megazard sounds really interesting.
My hot take for this one, Sam's going to win in a close 3-set game. And,
I agree. I was going to say the same thing.
Something bad's going to happen, and Megazard's going to have a salty post.
Yeah,
That's my call. It's gonna be a close 3-set block.
I wanted to say the same thing. Is Megazard? Did he win week 1?
I think so.
I can't remember. So he's 1-1. Surely he's not 0-2.
I'll look it up real quick.
Just because I know that Kaori, he's really decent at GBU. He really likes GBU, and he's really good at team building. For any format, he just understands Pokemon, and he just brings like sort of like NOVED's bulky Custap Tyranitar. Kaori is he's a similar builder. He brings like really clever sets and just knows how to use them, whereas Megazard is like a lot more standard and just brings like good stuffs. And then when he runs into stuff that like Kaori uses or whatever, he just gets like tilted because it's an unset. And as soon as that happens, he just sort of steamrolls and loses.
Yeah. All right. So I guess based on our predictions, we said 4-2 for the Inkays.
Let me recount. So Marilli, Bobo, GX, Mizaka, Edu, Kaori. Yeah, 4-2 to the Inkays.
I will note though, I feel like this could very easily go 4-2 the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Like with Plaz can beat Bobo. Moose can come out with a decent team and like beat Mazaka. Even One Trick Phony could win.
I feel like could go either way.
I think all these games can go either way.
Yeah.
I feel that's my impartial feeling. I think like One Trick Pony has like a really decent chance against Marilli. I mean, Marilli is very good as well, but like I know 1TP like grinds a ladder a lot. He's like one of the few other people who actually does that sort of thing. So
this could easily be a 4-2 to the Lux Rays with Marilli, Plaz, Edu, and Megazard winning. Like, because like Kaori winning was like our hot take, even though it's not that far fetched at all. Like, I seriously think Kaori will win, but Megazard winning, like, he's really good, and he can just bring out a good team and just smash Kaori.
I think Pink Sylvie can win against Edu. Yeah. Even so, you know, we'll just have to see how it goes.
All right, Chemcoop, you gotta go, right?
Pretty soon. You guys want to go ahead and start? Maybe.
So I'll talk about the helmets versus the Cavs.
Sure, you can say whatever you want. We talked shit on your team, so.
Oh, that's fine. So like the first lot BSS, we got the two Japanese guys going at it. Honestly, I have no idea who is better. I am like looking forward to it since it'll be a good match, I'm sure. I think
we did organize with NOVED to have them play.
Yeah. I think what will make or break this matchup will be the preparation. Because these guys know each other very well, so they'll be ready for each other's teams. It's just whether they, who actually puts the effort in. Because, like, at least in past BSPLs, traditionally the Japanese guys have brought like bad teams. So it's up to you, like you as a manager, to make sure they have solid teams. Also, they could bring double stall. That would be helpful.
Double Glalie stall and just end up in a mirror.
Oh, the Glalie versus Glalie mirror. The first one to run out of PP loses.
They both lead T-Wave Mimikyu, turn 1, trade, both curse out into their Glalies and then just sit there for 50 turns.
No, then it's the person who makes the most switches to conserve PP with their Glalie wins.
Right. So you're saying someone needs to get rocks up?
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not giving any advice here. But okay, anyways, going on. I think like Raj versus Chem. I think Chem has a clear advantage here. Raj, I played him quite a bit. He's a decent enough player, but he's got a bit to go. I think. Obviously he can pull out the win, but it would be a big upset. In terms of Demon Toid versus CK49, I feel like CK49 has the advantage. The reason for that is, from what I've seen of Demon Toid so far, is obviously a very good doubles player, but he's also I feel like he's been a bit rusty the first few weeks. In Oras, sorry Jake, I think you're gonna lose most likely.
Damn.
You can definitely win, but it's Pearl, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, Pearl lost to Mazaka Makoto week 1.
Yeah, but we cheesed him with like some like basically with Glalie and Thunderous.
Well, you know what I'm bringing.
And all other such bullshit.
Oh, I've got some.
Like,
you should see my teams.
Yeah, we bought some bullshit in that game, and that's why we won.
All right, I got it. It was fun.
All right,
I'll catch up on the rest on the YouTube upload. But
all right, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Teams this week. Yep. Peace.
Get out of here.
Okay. So what we got? OS doubles. I think I feel like you're favored in OSW. Maybe. And Mish has won too many times. Is all I can say about OSW. So maybe he'll win again. NOVED I think will win GBU. So what's that like? It's not like 4-2 to the Cavs. I don't know. I have no idea how the Japanese game is gonna go.
Yeah.
I feel like Railgun might be favored. Railgun might be favored, or maybe. Okay, I'm gonna assume that HC is favored, and therefore it's 4-2 to Cavs. The reason I'm gonna put HC over Railgun is I think he just has more BSS tour experience. He's played a lot more in the circuit. That's
true.
So I think like in terms of skill, both of these guys are pretty good and pretty close. So yeah, there's my prediction. Who knows whether it'll come true?
Yeah. I mean, just like all the other rounds, it's like we get to our prediction and it goes, but it could be the complete opposite, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think like there's maybe like one or two like solid. I think there's like two solid like matchups here. Raj versus chemcoop. I think like it's not that Raj doesn't have a hope in hell, but he's too green in BSS. I think NOVED has a clear advantage in GBU, though Average Fellow can win.
Well, I mean, arguably Megazard had a clear advantage over Fellow last week and came out and he won. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I feel like NOVED is.
Oh, NOVED's probably the best.
Is probably like it's definitely top 3. You know,
I'd say top 2.
With Dark. I mean, to be fair, like the thing with NOVED, I feel like is he does lean back on certain teams and archetypes that you can take advantage of in the team building phase. So I mean, he might not. He's been showing like some more dynamic teams recently. So it really depends. I feel like Average Fellow can. There's a lot of cheesy strategies in GBU that haven't been really used so far. I'm not talking like sport Lipard and shit like that, but you know, last year Average Fellow beat Darkinium by using Smash Pass with Gorbis.
I do remember that.
That could be an option. So yeah, you never know. I'm surprised we haven't seen like Tailwind or something like that. With like Tornadus Eye.
Yeah, I think that's maybe just because Trick Room is too strong. Like, why would you try to run Tailwind when it's hard countered by something? And especially when like paralysis gets thrown around all over the place, that just cancels your Tailwind. Tailwind only lasts 4 turns. Like, how do you get something out of that to take advantage of it?
The thing is, Tailwind only lasts 4 turns, but like a GBU game can be over in like the average GBU game takes between like 4 to 10 turns. So if you're getting up Tailwind, that can last for a whole game.
Yeah. It's hard. Like, but the thing with like Tailwind just isn't used anywhere in 3v3 singles or even or 6v6. It's more of a doubles thing, just for speed control. But like the reason Trick Room is so good in general, but especially singles, is because it allows your fat bulky mons that can take 2 or 3, maybe 4 hits to also move first. But Tailwind, like, you're usually using it with offensive Pokemon that if they don't get the kill, they're just dying. And if you want to make them bulky instead, well then outside Tailwind, they're completely useless. Whereas the bulky Trick Room sweepers are bulky no matter what and can just, you know, oh, Trick Room ran out and I move second now. Well, I have enough health to survive and I'll just kill them back anyway. Or they have priority or something.
It's true. but it's part of it is the Pokemon that use like our traditionally Trick Room setters have problems in GPU. Like Porygon 2 is nowhere near as good in GPU as it is in any other generation, basically because of Conqueror existing. Anyways, we're getting like way off topic here. Yeah, I think NOVED will most likely win. What can I say? But yeah, Cavs will win overall.
I appreciate the confidence there.
Yeah, I have. But it could go either ways most of the games.
I wanted to show, because we're talking about cheese teams and how to beat Pearl. I had an amazing one, but I'm struggling to find a way to show it on stream. How about we could just go?
Well, I think with Oras, what I've learned, unfortunately, like I hated Oras before, but now I've learned that Prankster is even better than I thought. So
yeah, you're right.
I was like, well, if worst comes to the worst, you can always put Thunderous Eye or Klefki on your team if you're not feeling confident.
That's true.
Oh, your team looks like the one that we brought in. Oh, it's not quite the same.
Yeah, but it's super similar. Like, I remember when I saw it, I was like, wait, hang on. Is this the team that I like to use?
Do you have Sash Ditto?
Sash Ditto, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that team is literally like ours.
The chat is not liking this. I remember building this really early on. So whenever a metagame is really young, and I have no idea what to build around, I just sort of slap together shit. Like any online competition, the first thing I look for is like, okay, what are the rules? All right, this is available. All right, what is broken or like stupid? Not like broken, like make a Kangaskhan broken. I mean like, how can I cheese people in this? Like, for you guys who've been watching the YouTube videos I've been putting up, I play Battle Spot Singles underused with Tapu Bulu and Grassy Seed minimized Driftblim. Shit like that. Anyway, so I think this was like one of my very first Oras Battle Spot Singles teams, just when the metagame was young and everyone was using like Mega Salamence and just heaps of bullshit that was too strong. So it's just like, you know, swag play Klefki, the standard, with Sash Ditto to take advantage. Obviously Glalie, because it's Glalie. What is this? T-Wave, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Moonlight, Clefable.
That one isn't as bad as ours. Ours was minimized Clefable.
No. I've got a soul. I think I had that there as like just a secondary T-Waver for Glalie, because sometimes Klefki's kind of shit. Spidef Talon, just because Spidef Talon is really good. And Sableye in that generation was really interesting. I don't really like the Calm Mind set.
Sableye is actually really fucking good.
Yeah, it's just too fat to die.
RS.
Yeah, and just especially
it like beats Mega Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Which is like, what more do you want from a Pokemon? And it beats Cress. What more do you want from Pokemon in Gen 6?
There was like a season or two where Sableye really picked up in usage, and everyone was stressing out like, oh shit, like Kangaskhan's dead. We can't use Kangaskhan anymore. People have clued on to Sableye. You jump on the ladder, Sableye. You go on a tournament, Sableye. And then Jibaku, I don't know if you remember him. He was before your time, but he was a Smogon super moderator. Ran the forum before we did. He just came in and he was like, just run Power Up Punch, Secret Power, Kangaskhan, and don't Mega Evolve. Oh no, not Secret Power, Facade. Power Punch, Facade, and just don't Mega Evolve, keep Scrappy. And we're like, huh? He's like, yeah, try it. And then that's when Kangaskhan set, like Facade became really popular. Even just like Parrot Punch, Facade, Double Edge, Earthquake, or Ice Punch, or Sucker Punch, or whatever. So double normal stab. And yeah, then Sableye was never seen again.
Yeah. and then people stop running that set and Sableye comes back. It's funny
exactly, up and down, up and
it's
down.
funny how the meta like just turns.
That's exactly right. But yeah, speaking of which, Facade Kangaskhan, broken Pokemon.
Yeah, Kang is pretty good. Yeah.
Let's go back to this. Well, that's gonna be about it, I think, for today. Yeah, I guess that's probably gonna be the end. I gotta leave for work in like 5 or 10 minutes anyway, so and chemcoop's gone and we're done with our predicts.
Yeah.
Yeah, got any final words, Ika, for your fans out there?
Yeah, to all the Inks, let's remain undefeated for next week and the rest of time. Shout out to, I guess, Salome, who's in chat. I nearly managed to do the tragic 2-4 comeback, but it just wasn't to be.
Nice one.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Well, I guess I'll sign off as well. Just, you know, follow me on Twitch. And I mean, like, actually click that follow button. Don't just rely on me telling the Discord or Showdown Room that I'm going live, all right? I need those followers. And if you've got $5, subscribe. Do what Ika's been doing for the last 13 months and goddamn subscribe, all right?
Yeah,
Lets me buy sick shit like this microphone.
Get that man a chair.
I do need a chair. I do have a kind of new chair. It's kind of good, but I want a real chair. I want a real chair, but those things are fucking expensive. Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna end the recording right now. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll see you guys for week 4, same time next week.